Battle through the firmament. Grand world. Chapter 358. Go your separate ways. Everyone was startled after killing a monarch emperor in an instant. Just now, they had noticed Wu Shaoqi, who had a delicate and pretty face. The latter swung her shoulder-length black hair and smiled proudly. The attack in her hand was not slow. She once again aimed at a sturdy old man. Her 5 fingers flicked gently, and another 3 arrows shot out explosively. The muscular old man was shocked when he saw this. The origin kiss all over his body surged wildly and formed an indestructible barrier in front of him. 3 arrows shot out explosively one after another, causing the origin key barrier to buzz. The old man was also affected by the impact of the attacks, causing his blood to surge as he retreated. Mahuyang looked at Wu Shaoqi and was secretly shocked in his heart. Elder Wu's granddaughter was indeed extraordinary. She had obtained a great opportunity in illusory spirit space, and in such a short period of time, she was able to use that kind of power. Everyone was shocked when they saw Wu Shaoqi's fierce means. The fire that had just ignited in their hearts was instantly extinguished. Lin Dao was not easy to deal with, but this mysterious girl was actually so powerful. After throwing him down, the Imperial Dragon Point Blue Spear cut through the void and blocked HSU Li's huge axe. The huge force spread out, causing HSU Li, who was holding the huge axe tightly, to tremble. A trickle of blood flowed out. Wu Shaoqi was not slow at all. Her spiritual eyes moved slightly. A smile appeared on her pretty face. When she received the inheritance of Flame Lord. During her time in illusory spirit space, she had basically memorized those moves. What she lacked now was actual combat. Although these Monarch Emperor level experts were aggressive, there were only 1 or 2 of them that were truly powerful. The remaining ones were not even 5 Monarch Emperor. And her strength was already at the 4th Monarch Emperor. If she could refine all the origin kiss in her body, she was confident that she could reach the 6th Monarch Emperor. Even 7 Monarch Emperor. 5 Dragon Flame Arrow. Wu Shaoqi leapt onto the bow. The origin key on her delicate hand was surging. Within her body, the energy source of Flame Lord, which had already been refined, flowed out and gathered on the bow. Her 5 fingers flicked continuously, and 5 roaring fire dragons shot out like 5 arrows. The fire dragons streaked across the sky like sharp arrows and rushed towards the people not far away. Lin Dao could not help but narrow his eyes when he sensed the power that spread over the fire dragons. His body leaped like a dragon and dodged the attack of the origin key. Damn it! The fierce attack was easily dodged by Lin Dao. The fury in Zhu Gang's eyes was overflowing. A deep sense of powerlessness surged in his heart. First it was Mahuyang and then it was Lin Dao. These 2 fellows were about the same age as him, but their strength was almost on par with the heaven and earth. This feeling of powerlessness made him feel extremely aggrieved. The fire dragon roared and rushed over. Zhu Gang coldly glanced at it, then he coldly humphed. The Ghost King spear in his hand swept out. A black key filled the air, and it carried an unparalleled force as it ruthlessly shattered the fire dragon. Woo! The instant the fire dragon was shattered, Zhu Gang's hand that was holding the Ghost King's spear suddenly trembled. He couldn't hold it firmly, and the Ghost King's spear actually flew out. Black-robed old man's hand moved quickly and firmly grabbed the Ghost King's spear that was flying backwards. Zhu Gang received the Ghost King's spear. That black-robed old man threw at him, and his face turned bitter. He did not know what to say. Black-robed old man's face was also gloomy. One of the 5 fire dragons had been shattered by Zhu Gang, and the other 4 had rushed into the crowd. Although the power was ordinary, it contained an inexplicable majesty that made many people tremble. Clang! Right at this moment, a sword cry suddenly sounded. Mahuyang, who had recovered some of his strength, appeared next to Lin Dao in a flash. A cold light flashed in his eyes. The flames on Shaoyan's body surged, and he came to Wu Shaoqi's side. Endless pressure spread out from his body, covering the entire sky and earth, pressing down on everyone's nerves. When they saw the 4 of them coming forward at the same time, HSU Xing's facial expression turned cold, and a sense of helplessness welled up in his heart. A single Lin Dao wasn't easy to deal with. Now that the four of them had joined forces, if all of them, Monarch Emperor warriors, joined forces, the chances of them winning would be very low. Haha, you guys are really strong. I'm just here to watch the show. If there's nothing else, I'll leave first. Wan Laoshan's eyes sparkled as he cursed in his heart. After that, he laughed and nodded at Ma Huyang and Lin Dao before leaving. Under such circumstances, when the few of them were working together and using all their strength, it was true that they would be able to kill them all, but it would be even more troublesome after killing them all. I'll kill you while you're sick. It was the basic law of the capital of chaos. These people were not old foxes. No one would be stupid enough to be used as a spear. It would be a waste to take advantage of the situation. It was better to leave now so as to avoid getting into trouble before eating the pork. Seeing Wan Laoshan leave, HSU Xing's face darkened instantly. He was about to berate Wan Laoshan harshly. Black-robed old man cupped his hands towards him and brought Zhu Gang away. Although he wanted to kill Ma Huyang, the difference in strength between them was just too great. It wasn't easy for the Ghost Hawks to produce a genius like Zhu Gang, so they didn't want to lose out on a small matter. A bunch of trash. HSU Xing finally couldn't help but curse. Initially, he had hoped that everyone would attack together and kill Ma Huyang. Now, Lin Dao and Wu Shaoqi had slightly changed their minds. These people had lost all their fighting spirit. I'm sorry, the Mercenary Alliance is a big family. We, as small gangs, can't bear the pain of losing a monarch emperor. The burly old man who was sent flying by Wu Shaoqi's 3 arrows shook his head. Although he had an unsatisfied expression on his face, he still left happily. When Xin Wei, who had been silent all this time, heard this, a trace of determination appeared on his gloomy face. Without saying a word, he followed the old man and left. His younger brother had been killed by Lin Dao. Although he was furious in his heart, after hearing the latter's words, he regained some of his rationality. If he were to unfortunately die, his heavenly python group might really fall. Lin Dao, Ma Huyang, there were also those 2 bastards. The heavenly python tribe, will definitely take revenge for this. Xin Wei's eyes were scarlet red, and he felt extremely sorrowful in his heart. For the sake of obtaining the essence of the silver moon, he dispatched nearly half of the heavenly python group's elites. He never imagined that all of them would actually die miserably, and even his younger brother's life would be lost here. In an instant, more than half of the monarch emperor had left. The rest of them exchanged glances with each other, sighed, and left one after another. They no longer dared to have any thoughts about Ma Huyang and the essence of the silver moon. Now, only the 2 of you are left. Ma Huyang smiled gently. He pointed the heavenly net sword in his hand at the 2 of them. HSU Xing said, which one of you will go first? Zhu Xing was so angry that his body was trembling. His face was red and red. Although HSU Lia was angry, he could tell the severity of the matter. He remained silent and gritted his teeth. If he had known this would happen, he would have teamed up with Luo Jun. He would have done anything to help Luo Jun. Except for these 2 brats. Who? HSU Xing inhaled a deep breath of air. Finally, he let out a soft sigh and said, Little brother Mu is being too serious. Today's matter is none of our business. These few little friends are magnanimous. Let's forget about this matter. Ma Huyang smiled upon hearing this. He didn't say anything. He knew that someone would take the initiative to speak. In the next moment, Lin Dao's cold voice resounded. Neither of you will be able to leave. Hearing Lin Dao's voice, Xiaoyan clearly heard Wu Shaoqi's soft sigh by the side. He could not help but reveal a trace of excitement on his face. Xiaoyan did not say anything. This guy obviously wasn't satisfied with the match just now. When Lin Dao opened his mouth, Ma Huyang didn't say anything. He took a step back. Although he had recovered some of his strength, his true strength